Hello to everyone who is watching our EB consultancy space. Welcome. Okay, so I propose to wait about 5 minutes more. Maybe we'll have more people here, and then we can start. Okay, so I think we can start. And once more, welcome every potential email applicants. Yes, so let's start with the agenda. First, we'll talk about it, why we are here actually. Then we'll go for main responsibilities and JD of an LCVP finance. Then we will talk why actually it's great opportunity to develop to be an LCVP finance. And then we'll have time for some questions. So, first of all, why actually we're here? On the screen, you can see a shout of our amazing commission, finance commission, which is księgowa, Excel przelew, księgowa, high synergia rozliczenia. Why I bolted word synergy here? Because you have to know that actually finance is the area that doesn't exist alone. And you really have to work on synergies, because actually financiers are not the people who directly generate incomes and expenses. That's why it's very important to always have in mind that our goal is also a goal, like operational goal is also our goal. Yes. So when it comes to main responsibilities as LCVP in general, in all the areas is lead, manage, and achieve. And as LCVP finance, you will of course lead the people who you will cooperate with, your structures, meaning coordinators that you may have, but also team leaders who will be responsible for the project's budget. When it comes to management, of course, you will be the one finally responsible for resources management in terms of managing money and proper allocation of them. So it's super strategic role for the LC. And of course, achievement. As I mentioned before, operational result is also our result. So you are going to achieve operational results, but also financial results, of course. Yes, this is the main ratio, the main measure of success for LCVP's finance, which is financial sustainability. Different words for financial sustainability is amounts of financial reserves, and it expresses, this ratio expresses how long the LC is able to exist without revenues. And what's also important and worth to add here is that actually 6 months of financial reserves is the optimal value. If it's less, we have to strive for more. If it's more than 6 months, it means that our resources are not fully utilized. So we can invest more. And actually we have to. Yay! And here we have more like main activities that LCVP Finance run, which are local finance and sustainability management that I've mentioned before. Also budgeting LC and all the projects, because every single project in our LC has to have own budget. Also, responsibility of LCVP Finance is reporting to EB, reporting to LC, but also audit subcommittee and MC in general. Also bank system management. So LCVP Finance is the one who make transfers. Also GA management in terms of, it means General Assemblies management in cooperation with LCP, because LCVP Finance and LCP are legality guardians of the LC. Yes, and then legality and governance, structure management also, education for team leaders, and also LCVP Finance assures 100% of documentation that it's collected and everything is on place. Yes, what's more? So when it comes to measure of success and key results of LCVP finance work, main measure of success is this financial sustainability that we mentioned before, but also general financial result of LC and full documentation of LC. That's it on place. When it comes to KPIs, it's budget execution, product profitability, also penalty points collected, which of course we shouldn't strive for. But also deadlines delivered, because LCVP Finance is the ones who has to make sure that that LC doesn't miss any deadline, and also team leaders financially educated, because LCVP Finance is responsible for financial education in LC. Yes, and main synergies. LCVP Finance has main synergy with LCP, as I said before, in terms of legality. Also with all the VP's operations, with LCVP TM and LCVP PD. LCVP TM's synergy with LCVP TMs is in general about resources management, and synergy with LCVP PD is about external partnerships and external support, also financial support for the LC. What about behaviors of LCVP Finance? So, of course, the behaviors of LCVP Finance are the ones that are behaviors for every single LCVP, and they are agility, which means that you drive business results with flexibility and adaptability at desired pace, and also you engage and inspire people to be fast, flexible, determined in everything they do. Yes, then growth, which means that you analyze business results for short and long-term improvement. Also empathy, which means that you engage with peers and put customers' needs above your own for a quality customer experience. Yes, and also you connect the people to be united despite of diversity. Yes. Also, behavior of LCVP Finance is eagerness, which means that you are always willing to grow the business, and you communicate your ambition to empower people to move with you and strive for the same ambition. Which values should show LCVP Finance? Of course, there are ISEC values, which means demonstrating integrity, striving for excellence, activating leadership, acting sustainably, enjoying participation, and living diversity. Yes, and of course, I would like to confirm that being LCVP Finance, it's an amazing opportunity to grow. Yes, and also I would like to share with you a bit my experience when I became LCVP Finance. So at the beginning, I really had a problem to actually manage finance properly. But I experienced a lot, and I learned a lot during this experience. Mostly, there are a lot of things that I learned, but one of the most important for me was that I became a more organized person, but I also gained a lot of technical skills like Excel skills, and I learned how to work on strategies. I mean, how to allocate money properly in strategic way to help my LC grow, which was very, very valuable for me. But I also learned how to analyze and make fast and proper decisions for my LC. So yes, that's it from my side, and hope that you like the space, and that you are sure that being an LCVP Finance is amazing experience. Now it's time for questions. So if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments here. Okay, so we have the first question. What would you say in the role of finances in the organization? I don't know if you mean finance in organization in general or finance in ISEC, but for sure, when it comes to role of finance in ISEC, it's supporting exchanges. I mean, the most important role is to analyze and allocate money properly, to actually support growth of operations, but also make sure that LC doesn't lose money and is able to grow in a sustainable way. Okay, thank you for another question. So, what factors do you consider when allocating resources? First of all, the factors that I would consider is like which product we as LC we want to grow, how much, and also how much money do we need to actually boost our attraction phase, both in OGX and ICX, to reach this amount of people that we really want to reach. Here I mean allocating money and investing in promotion. So mostly that. Okay, I see another question. Thank you, Łukasz. So the question is, what have you struggled the most during the start of your cadency and how did you overcome it? So I can say that actually this work on synergies was something that I struggled the most because I was trying to manage finance by my own, and I didn't plan the budget properly. I mean, I planned it myself, I didn't have a lot of consultancies with my LCVP operations. So actually our plans were, I had my own plan, they had their own plans, and actually after some time I realized that their plans are my plan because the exchanges that we'll achieve influence so much money that we have on our account. And also, I didn't know back then that my role is not only making transfers and being the one who makes sure that we have the whole documentation in place and stuff, but also these investments that I've mentioned. And what can I add also to question of Lukasz is that I also, after some time, realized that I have to make sure that the whole LC is aware of our financial situation. Because every single member works on it, and finance the responsibility. Like, of course, LCVP finance is the final responsible, but each member of our LC is responsible for finance and for account management of our partners. So I started reporting of our financial situation during our EB meetings, but also during our LC meetings, to make sure that everyone knows what to do and know how our financial situation is. Yeah. And also, what came to my mind in terms of this, how did I overcome it, is that I simply started talking with my synergies, because before, as I mentioned, we didn't have these synergy spaces, but we made sure that to actually have super regular touch points, and we were reporting from operational and financial situation very regularly on our meetings to make sure that everything that we've planned is on a good way. And if it was not, we try to solve it to actually accomplish our operational and financial plan. And something what also came to my mind in terms of this resources allocation, because actually there are a lot of possibilities to invest, and we have to be smart and make proper research of, I don't know, events or possibilities that we really want to allocate our money in, and to try to analyze which possibility is the best for us. What I mean by the best, that maybe we can allocate more money in the activities or some investments that we really want to bring us results. So we can invest maybe less and achieve exactly the same result that we will invest in something different. So yes, this research and analyze phase is also super important. Which is also something that you have to work on with your synergies. Okay, thank you, Łukasz, for the question. The question is, how heavy did communicate the financial state during LCMs? What tools do you use to translate this kind of information to others that don't have to possess financial knowledge? So I reported in two ways. First is online way, I would say, that every single month I used to create a report. Yes, and the second one is this offline activity during local committee meetings. So what I did, I used a very simple language and very simple ratios. I mean, I didn't report from, I don't know, our exact amount of money that we have on our bank account and this kind of things. But I was reporting on, for example, how many incomes and how many expenses we had last month and what's the final result, what are our main expenses, for example, expenses that we have to cut also because they are second priority and we cannot put more money to cover this cost in next month. Also, I remember that the ending part was also with what was always something like conclusions, why our financial state is exactly like this, and what is the forecast for next month. So yeah. And also a part that I always put into this report was exactly this financial sustainability. So each member of our LC knew how is our general financial situation and how long we would be able to exist without revenues. So, and also they knew that if it's below 6, we should strive for more, and if it's more than 6, some investments will happen. So my reports during LCMs were very, very simple, like without going into details, to make sure that everyone understands. And yes. And also I wanted to explain in these reports, when I put graphs, for example, with our percentage of our expenses, which categories are the most often, like or in where the most often in previous month. Below, I explained which exact category means. So, for example, when I put category pocket money, to make sure that each member LC knows what exactly is this. Yes. Yes, and sometimes I also reported on our vindication state when I knew that this is something that we have to that we all have to focus on right now. Yeah, so vindication also. Vindication, I mean vindication of documents and payments. You're welcome. If you have also questions regarding to the presentation, something was maybe not super clear, you can also ask. Maybe I can go back again and something will came to your mind. Okay, I forgot that I don't share screen with you anymore. So you'll do it now. You're welcome.
Do Ciebie, a nie ich tam powiedzieć zadowoleni piszą, że chcą kandydować na finanse. Widzę, że są ludzie, którzy mówią, że chcą kandydować na finanse na SD, jako do Ciebie na live streamach. Nie wiem, czy Ci zadali jakieś pytania, czy nie?
Ja sobie zadawałam.
Idę na was teraz.
Okay, so if we don't have more questions, thank you so much for the space. Hopefully it was useful for you. Thank you so much. And if you have more questions, if you will have, you can always approach me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.